This is the Travel Clarinet, and I want to explain you what is and what is not. So if you are willing to purchase a unit like this one, you know exactly what to expect when you get it. It's very important to know that this is not going to be a substitute of your real clarinet. This is a tool that will help you maximize your practice time. So you can practice anywhere you are completely silently. You can just plug in your headphones and practice no matter where you are. If we take a look at the clarinet, at the Travel Clarinet, it's very, very similar to a real clarinet, but a bit smaller. It's more or less half of the size of a real clarinet. If we compare it, it's more or less the half of the size. And the same happens with the case. So basically you can fit 2 cases, and even more, it's a bit less big than a real case of a clarinet. So basically we are cutting in half the space you need to transport or to travel with your Travel Clarinet versus a real clarinet. In terms of fingering, it's very, very similar. We have been working very intensively to mimic the real fingering layout and the real sensitivity when you're pressing the keys. And as you can see, it also brings a standard clarinet mouthpiece with a reed and ligature. And you would think, okay, why are you guys giving or putting a standard clarinet mouthpiece? This is gonna emit sound, right? And this is the practice tool, a silent practice tool. Well, it's very easy. Because of the airflow that goes through the instrument, it's completely silent. I can just do a demo. Imagine that I put my headphones, which is basically how I'm going to practice this instrument, and I plug it in the mini jack output, like this. This is the sound that my neighbor or anyone that's beside me will hear when I'm practicing. So it's basically the clicking of the keys. That's it. You can connect this very easily to a speaker or to headphones, and this is the sound that you will get out from it. It's very important to know that you're using a standard mouthpiece. And as I said, this is not going to vibrate the reed. So you're not going to get feedback from the reed vibration. And this is not going to affect the sound because there's no sensor on the mouthpiece. So if you're pressing more or less the reed itself, that's not going to change the sound. There's a pressure sensor inside the instrument that will affect how loud the instrument sounds. So it affects the volume. So if I blow softer, it's gonna sound softer. Let me just demo that. As you can see, we have dynamics. We can play with dynamics. And basically, you can do the same as you would do with a regular clarinet. But even you can work on your embouchure. But the difference is that if you do it wrongly, you're not going to get a real feedback from the instrument. If I press or if I'm not doing the right embouchure with a real clarinet, you will get no sound or a really squeaky sound or bad sound. With this, no. But if you are intermediate or expert, you can still work on your embouchure consciously. So for beginners, I wouldn't suggest to use the standard clarinet mouthpiece, which we provide when you buy this instrument. I would just suggest on just blowing like this without the embouchure, so you don't get bad habits, okay? There's also something interesting that you can purchase. This is not included when you buy the Travel Clarinet, but this is this extensor neck, let's say, which you can just put inside. And this will help you have a bit more distance. So if I put the mouthpiece here with this extensor neck, I'll get basically the distance that I would get with my real clarinet. Basically, if I want to practice a lot of hours, a lot of time with the Travel Clarinet, I would suggest you guys to purchase this extensor neck. There's also a mouthpiece. That's this one. Okay, this is a special mouthpiece that I would recommend for two types of people. Complete beginners that do not know how to use a proper embouchure. I wouldn't recommend to use this to start, basically because you can get bad habits, and then when you jump to a real clarinet, this is not good. So I would suggest to use this one so that you can just blow. And you don't really need to do any efforts or really making sure that you are doing a wrong decision or a wrong pressure on the mouthpiece. It just blow. And I would also recommend this special mouthpiece to anyone that wants to use it as a MIDI controller. So if you want to use this tool as a MIDI controller, this mouthpiece can help you a lot, basically on controlling the staccato and the airflow. So it's very easy to blow and to control with the tongue, the staccato. So I would recommend for beginners, for professionals, or if you're an intermediate player and you just want to have a very easy to clean and easy to maintain mouthpiece, that's also something that you want to consider getting. Okay, I want to show you what you will get if you want to buy the basic package of the Travel Clarinet. You will get this very nice and protective case that basically protects the instrument. Okay, you will get it. There's a foam inside that has the exact same shape. So when you travel with it, it's completely safe. So it even really doesn't fall. So it's extremely well protected. So this is something that you will get. You will get, as I said, a mouthpiece with a reed and a ligature. That's a standard clarinet mouthpiece, like this one, okay? And inside this case, you will also get a charging cable, USB-C charging cable, which is charging and data. So if you want to use it as a MIDI controller, you can use this cable too. And there's a cleaning cloth too inside, so you can keep your instrument always clean inside the case. So that's basically it. So if you buy the accessory pack, you will always find a nice place inside the case. So you will have a place here, mouthpiece, standard mouthpiece, the accessory, and there's the other mouthpiece here. So everything is super compact. We really want to make this instrument as light and portable and space efficient as possible. We've also, this is something new because the travel sax case didn't have that, but in case you're traveling and you don't have space inside your backpack, we've installed this carabiner inside, so you can just attach it to your backpack, let's say. So you can put it inside or outside is okay. The Travel Clarinet comes with more than 60 different sounds that you can play around with. Of course, clarinet sound, but you have plenty of other ones. And to select and move from one to another. You don't have any buttons here. So you want to use the Travel Clarinet. Well, it's a travel instrument app called Travel Instrument app. So what do you need to do? You need to press these two side keys to connect. You get this sound, and you connect the Bluetooth, and you can easily pair, as you can see, to the app. So it automatically pairs. And then you can go to sounds, and I'm just going to demo some sounds that you have inside the app. This, as you can see, you have more than, so that's 4, 8, 9 different clarinet sounds. Thus, this is the B flat soprano sound that I was playing before. I can go to the piccolo clarinet, for example. Sorry, I'm not good at playing the clarinet yet. But you can get this idea. And I'm going to go to the B flat contrabass clarinet to get the full range. Then you can go to saxophones, for example. You also have some, for example, I like the flute. Recorder. Pan flute. And so on. So you have more than 60 different sounds. What else can you do? So you can adjust the volumes, for example. You have an output. That's the one that I'm using. That's the one that you will be using for your headphones or to amplify it to an external speaker, as I'm doing right now. And then you also have an aux input. So if you want to put any backing track with a cable, you can do that using this other input. Okay, it's a mini jack input. I would recommend, though, to use the Bluetooth connectivity, and I'm going to demo right now, to send backing tracks via Bluetooth, so wirelessly, to the Travel Clarinet, and then play on top. So that's a really cool feature that we had with our travel sax that we have also included in this clarinet. If we go to settings and we go to Bluetooth, and we have the clarinet Bluetooth on, we can search for the Travel Clarinet and use the Travel Clarinet as a Bluetooth speaker. So basically what I'm doing right now is I'm pairing the clarinet, and let's say I open now my Spotify, and I'm going to send, I'm just going to go to my liked songs, and I'm going to go to, I don't know, Abracadabra, for example. This is sending it to the clarinet, and I can play on top. Whatever, okay? So that's a very, very nice feature because you can use any YouTube backing track or play on top of Spotify, tunes, or even, I don't know, and apps like iReal Pro, for example. So this is a very nice feature. And as you can see, it's very easy. You just pair it via Bluetooth and you can play on top. Okay, if we move from the tap sounds so that you can just check all the sounds that we have, you can also go to the instrument tab, which we have different things here. If we go to settings, you can easily transpose the instrument. As you can see, up and down by semitones. You can change the breath channel. So if you use it as a MIDI controller, You can use the breath channel using number 7, number 11, or number 2. Okay, so this is a feature that basically just changes the channel that we are using for our breath. Well, that's something quite technical. If you know about MIDI controllers and so on, then you will understand. If not, no worries. Okay, another cool thing that you can see here, it's the autoplay. So if you press on, you can play the instrument without blowing. So this feature was really helpful on the pandemic. So hopefully we don't need to use it that much now. But when you were traveling on the airplane or in the bus and you had your mask on and you wouldn't be able to blow on the instrument, you can just use this autoplay. That's also really cool if you want to practice a completely silent and you want to sync on top. So you can say, but again, it's a nice to have tool. You can MIDI fix the velocity of the MIDI. So depending if you're using as a MIDI controller, some of the synthesizers will respond better if you have this fixed. You can change the tuning to 400 Hertz or 442, 440 or 442. You can auto sleep, change the pressure mean and pressure max. So you have many different things that you can just play around with. You can change the speaker volume, which I will reference later. We have a reference speaker here in case you are at home and you don't want to use your headphones. Well, you can just blow and have the sound coming from this small speaker. There's a reference speaker. As I said, it's not the best quality sound, but again, if you want a higher quality, it's better to you always use the headphones or just plug in the output to a speaker like I'm doing right now. So here you can just kind of plug it back. You can change the volume of the speaker, the instrument, reverb, and the reverb. So it's pretty easy. You can also edit fingerings. You can create your own fingerings in case you wanna, I don't know, you wanna do a special combination of notes that haven't been programmed by default here, like altissimo range. You can easily program it using the app. And again, we are always working on improving the app, and this is how it's right now. But maybe when you see this video, the app looks a bit different. But basically, it's an app that will help you do many things or change things from your parameters from your clarinet. Okay, so that's it regarding the building sounds and the app. But there's also something very cool, which is using also the app. So another cool feature that we have included in this instrument is an accelerometer. So basically what this, you can activate it or deactivate it. By default is deactivated, so you just play as a regular clarinet. But if I press these two side keys, I enter in a mode that I can activate and deactivate this feature. So if I press these two side keys, this is activated. So when I move the clarinet up and down, I'll get a pitch bend like this. And if I move it this way, I get like a vibrato. So this is something that you can play around with. Is we will try and get even more effects down the line. And this is basically a way to get a bit more expressive if you want to use this in a live stage, so you have a bit more effects on your pocket. And finally, and I would say the third cool feature about this instrument is the possibility to use it as a MIDI controller. It's very easy. You just need to plug the USB-C cable to any computer, Mac or Windows, and open GarageBand, Logic Pro, Ableton Live, you name it, and use it as a MIDI controller. For what? So you can play live, you can use infinite amount of sounds, effects, and basically you can experiment with this instrument. And if you want to compose, for example, it's very nice. You can use also with C values and write scores. So it's the third path, let's say, not just a fingering technique practice tool, but also a recording a bit more pro instrument. So again, I would say as a summary, what this instrument is good for, I would say to practice fingering technique in a silent way. You can just plug in your headphones and again, maximize your practice time. You need to get used to it, but if you are a clarinet player, you'll need 5-10 minutes to really get used to the fingering, because it's very, very, very similar to your real clarinet. If you want to record and if you want to have fun. So that would be the three main things if you are considering buying this instrument. So again, if you have any questions, you can just write it down on the video. So our team is gonna answer them, and that's pretty much it. I hope you like it.
2, 1, 2, 3, 4.